are really fortunate today to be joined by Arek Boulding, kind of one of the top shoers in the world, actually. Fantastic, fantastic shoer, and been a friend of mine, a personal friend of mine for many, many years. We started our businesses together, and here we still are, which is awesome. I've had a lot of people talk to me about how shoeing a reiner is very different from shoeing other disciplines, and since you were at the top of your field, I thought I'd just take a minute and try to get some advice for our audience out there who might be in different parts of the world who don't even have access hardly to sliders. What are some of the key elements in shoeing a reiner? Like when you approach the hind end with a sliding plate, what are you thinking? How are you trying to line up that shoe?
Everything goes to just good basic shoeing, number one. But balance. You have to balance the conformation. You need to be able to recognize the differences in horses, the way their hock's set, to their fetlock, and then so forth. The biggest thing that I see is that guys or girls can take a slider, put it on a foot, but if you're not balancing the limb properly, you're not doing the horse enough justice. There's been several horses over the years that, oh, this horse doesn't stop. It's just not a big stopper. And we change a few things, look at the conformation, change it, adapt to where it's lacking or needs help, and all of a sudden it's a +1 stopper or a solid +1/2 where it was a 0 to a -1/2. So balance and pay attention to the way they're made and watch them walk is huge.
So you were talking about shoeing the horse based on the conformation of the horse, based on how the hoof ties into the rest of the leg.
Yes.
How, if I were trying to shoe a reiner and I wanted that horse to stop a little straighter, how would I angle the shoe? You're talking about the angles. Could you explain a little bit more what that means?
Well, you know, certain horses and riders, certain conformations and riders, they kind of collide. There's guys that draw more, that pull a horse into the ground more aggressively. They have a tendency to spread. So setting a horse up, we look at, you know, center of the hock, and what I like to do is position a shoe if the hocks have a wide set to them, meaning if I'm looking at them from behind and I see the cap of the hock and I'm looking through the center of their leg and it points out, I'm going to set that shoe to capture the bend that's in that foot. So like it's not going to be nailed straight into the center of the foot. I'm going to actually toe the shoe in. Okay. There's various ways of, I build lots of different shoes for different horses and how much they stop and how much they don't, and how much reach they need to have. But basically I just try to set everything to where they're lined up going forward and not out.
So when you say to look at them when they're walking away, you're looking at where the actual shoe lands. So if the foot's kind of pointed out this way, mm-hmm. and the shoe's kind of straight, when you're watching them walk away, you're looking for that shoe to land straight?
Not the shoe, you need the foot to land flat.
The foot?
It needs,
okay.
I want to see them, if they've got rotation in their hock, I want to alleviate that as much as possible. If they walk like this and they're crashing to the outside, I want to level them off and get them to land as flat and track as straight as possible. Okay. Also, I look at them as they're going by. I want to see that hind foot reach up and step every bit into the original front foot step. Okay. So as that foot picks up, that foot comes down. I want to see it land dead solid in that. If they're not reaching enough for me.
Right. Or there could be a soundness issue.
Yes.
Well, Arek, thank you so much for your time. You know, you've kept my barn working well, very, very sound. Many other barns too, and you definitely have set a standard in the reining horse industry for all of us. And I really appreciate you taking the time and talking.
No problem.
Great, man.
Thank you.
Have a great day.